Hi Cancer, and welcome to your love reading for June 2018. So these cards represent really what's going on for you. It could be with an existing partnership, a new one, just where you're at regarding your love nature. So the overall message is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is called the reunion card. So some of you might be reconnecting with someone that you've been separate from. This is also notoriously called the soulmate card. It's a card where your feeling world is there's someone that you're interested in and they spark a memory within you, and that memory is about life gone by, this distant memory of a reconnection. That's what the Six of Cups represent. If it's an existing relationship, you're just hitting the sweet spot. You're in a really, really good space within an existing relationship. You're getting what you want. Both your emotional expressions are really good, and life is sweet with this card, okay? So the past is the Queen of Swords. So I think for some Cancers that there has been a sense of not being connected with the person that you love. Because the Queen of Swords can represent that. She would be this queen is a fantastic queen, very misunderstood, because the heart chakra is ruled by air. So love also sets a person free as well as connects with them. So the Queen of Swords is about that part of love which sometimes is about setting the person that you love free. She's also got the ability to discriminate, take a step back, be a little bit more withdrawn. But maybe that's why the Six of Cups is your overall message. There's a reconnection happening here. Your present, it will be the Chariot card. So this is, when you're watching this, the overall message in the present is the Chariot card. The Chariot card is Cancer. It's about blending. It's also about moving forward, because a chariot is literally a vehicle that propels your life forward. And the future conditions is a beautiful Empress. So the Empress represents Taurus. She represents the everyday side of love. She's also about sensuality, the senses, enjoying the earthy pleasures of love. She is about home. She's about the heart. And she's about sharing yourself with someone else. When the Empress appears, there's a feeling, Cancer, that you don't really have to do very much. She's very, very magnetic to love. So she doesn't go out and try and make love happen. She doesn't dominate or control. She attracts love to her. That's the quality of the Empress. Very, very much the everyday side of love and sensuality. She represents Taurus, so very, very good here. There's two major arcanas, and they seem to be in charge of your process regarding love, Cancer. And there's definitely a sense of moving away from separation, which isn't always a negative, because it's about giving space. Because sometimes we have to give space in order to come together again. So really, really like this. The best path to follow is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups would be that very much being quite infatuated by someone. So even in our long-standing relationships, bringing the Page of Cups back will be bringing back dating, bringing back that early flirtatious energy of this Page of Cups. For Cancers, this could be meeting someone new. It's very much about innocence, loving in the here and now. So we don't bring back stories of our past. We don't retrash all things that have happened. We very much stay in this very innocent, childlike quality of the Page of Cups. For some of you who are meeting someone new, sometimes the Page of Cups does not know how to take this love bond further because they haven't quite got the maturity yet to know how to get the love moving into the action phase. So maybe as an advice card, it's asking you to try and develop a plan, try to develop a way forward, especially for you as Cancers that have got a love interest, but you're not quite connecting yet, because the Five of Discs came with it. And the Five of Discs would be a sense of separation from each other. And somehow, Cancer, you have to try and work with this Page of Cups energy to reconcile. So sometimes we don't know what to do because it's a very young energy. It might be about trying to communicate your feelings to someone, so this sense of separation can end. But remember, separation serves a purpose because we need to feel it in order to get the desire to take an action. But for you who are already in an established relationship, this should be going out on dates, romancing each other, trying to remember the early days of your love interest and try to bring back that mystery to each other. Your environment, you've got the Temperance card. This is ultimately connecting your heart with your deeper knowing. The crown chakra and the heart reconnecting, which simply means you've got to learn to trust your instincts, Cancer. You are absolutely led by the instincts of the Moon card, of the Moon. So learning to trust them and really trust them, which this would help you to work with these feelings of the Page of Cups, to begin to learn to heal the separation that you might be feeling with someone, so you can reconnect on an emotional level, because Temperance in an established relationship is about blending all the different elements and coming up with something new. You might have to work with your partner to iron out those rough edges so you get a bit more of a harmonious blend. Because sometimes we focus so much on the differences that we forget what we've actually created is a pretty wonderful harmonious unity. Okay. Another message is also about being patient, dipping your toes in the water, a bit like the Page of Cups. So revealing yourself, Cancer, but in a very tentative, gentle way. So not going forth and demanding anything, but being very magnetic, very in your heart energy, and going forward from that position, okay? Because your hopes and fears is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands can be a card about feeling quite oppressed, that you and your love interest or you and your established relationship are weighted down. This is very common. Responsibilities take us away from the love that goes on between us. So maybe there's a bit of a fear that you're carrying so much responsibilities that you're losing this connection. Maybe you feel you've got too many karmic responsibilities so you can't quite offer this person this love, or the person can't give it to you, okay? Because sometimes that's what the Ten of Wands means in a love reading, that one or the other or both of you are so weighted down by obligations and responsibilities that you can't quite connect with this beautiful sensual, joyful, loving quality between the two of you. The outcome is the Three of Cups, which is a beautiful love reading. The love is real, Cancer, by the way. The love is real. This is about sharing, having good times with each other. With the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords comes rushing forward, bringing in change, bringing in communication, okay? Can be an air sign, but not necessarily. It's the air signs represent communication, quite rapid communication. But there's a love bond here, Cancer, okay? There's a lot of obligations with it. There's a desire, there's almost a feeling of not quite knowing what to do with the feelings that are going on within you. And this is an existing relationship. Somehow you've got to try and get back to that joy, that sparkle, and that sweet spot between yous. And it's like date nights. So you're both not carrying this Ten of Wands, this quite oppressive energy that's going on. But there's definitely also, for some Cancers, separation from this person that you want to be with, okay? And somehow the message seems to be across about taking small tentative steps to reveal your feelings. Because I like the Queen of Swords in a love reading. It's only recently I've begun to understand her power. And her power lies in giving space to a person, to allowing these major arcanas to do their job. And sometimes it happens when we're separate from people. The love builds, and it builds in a way that might not be comfortable, because the Page of Cups isn't always comfortable, because he's a teenager in love. Yeah, he's got all those feelings and not quite sure what to do with them, but I like the outcome. This is about joy, celebration. For some of you, it's moving a love interest up a notch, because the Three of Cups is a desire to move a love interest to the next stage. It starts at the Ace and it goes to the 2, then it moves to the 3, okay, which is much more a unity card and a card of coming together, which I'm laughing at, to the Ten of Cups, which should be a happy conclusion to an emotional cycle. But I think it's safe to say there's definitely a very genuine and very real romantic bond between you and someone else. By the looks of it, with that Ten of Wands, it's got complications to it. But trying to bring these feelings out and communicating them, Cancer, might be your lesson, because it's the best path to follow. For existing bonds, there's some joy that needs to be brought back here. And that Ten of Wands needs to try and be put to the side so you can reconnect at an emotional level. Okay, Cancer, I hope this helped. I'll be back for my weeklies, and loads of love. Bye.